Oh, hello there. Look at me, sitting in my Bronco, right? Oh, suddenly I can stand. Look at me now. Lots of progress to the world's first Bronco that you can stand up and shower in. I think at this point in my YouTube career, I would have like more tripods, don't fall. The lighting was better on the other camera ran out of space. Other camera, the other phone, I film on iPhones, I'm the most amateur mother ever. Hey, wait a minute. If I can get my YouTube channel to come this far on just filming on iPhones and propping my phone up against stuff without even buying the proper equipment, I think there's something to be said about the story I'm about to tell you. That's a perfect segue. I'm glad that just happened, actually. I haven't been able to work on this Bronco in the past couple of months due to some injuries. And recently I felt like strong enough that I could like dive back in. As you can see, I have like a vision for a Bronco that you can travel in and like take weekend trips or week-long trips, month-long trips, and have everything that you need and be a lot more comfortable than I was living on the road in my other Bronco. You need the essentials, otherwise you're gonna deteriorate, and that's exactly what happened to me. You need to have a proper place to cook food so you're not constantly eating out, going through drive-thrus, eating at gas stations. You need a place to use the restroom comfortably. I can't tell you how many times I pissed in a cup. I'm just gonna be honest, you guys. I pissed in a cup, I left it on the table, and that shit, that piss went flying everywhere. And it's bad. And like all the people I know that have lived on the road, we all laugh about those stories privately. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them. But it's just bad. And you know, you're pooping in bags, or a bucket, or, you know, it gets really uncomfortable really quickly. And not being able to shower in the morning, or just at least just being able to properly get ready for the day really affected my mood. I didn't want to interact with people. Like, I just felt like my own personal hygiene, I felt like a bum, right? I'm living in a car. So when I went and bought this new Bronco, I know a lot of people were surprised, like, what are you doing building out another Bronco? Honestly, it's because I sat in that Bronco for almost 2 years, and I was just thinking like, man, if I ever had a little extra cash and a shop. So I ended up having this vision of being able to do all three of those things. So I built this place to shower. You'll wait till it's done. It'll all make sense. You can sit and shower, you can stand and shower, even when the top's not popped up. It's also gonna have a pop top. However, it's not what this video is about. I'm not giving you a tour just yet. I have all these ideas, and so I built out, you know, a little miniature shop in a garage. I call it a shop, it's a garage. Saved up as much as I could, finally buy the welder, right? And I start building this out. I find this Bronco is a decent price. It came to me out of nowhere from a subscriber. As I'm making the cuts and I'm putting all this together, I'm like, this is the biggest hack job anybody's ever seen. Because I've had friends ask me, and even subscribers on the internet, are you gonna sell those? And I think I really thought I would sell them. But as I continue to piece this together, I'm like, this is a hack job. Recently, as I'm feeling a little bit more healed, I'm like, okay, let's go back out to the Bronco. Let's finish that thing. Let's get her done, you know? Like, get that baby done. I came out here the past week and I've been looking at it, and I'm suddenly feeling very intimidated because I hear these like voices in my head not the bad kind, telling me that I can't do this. What are you even thinking trying? You know, I cut out the wheel wells. Like, the wheel wells are gone, you know? Like, this is, like, there's no more wheel well on either side. So I started feeling really like, what do you do? Then it suddenly hit me. When one day I ever do have a shop, like, this is one of the most genius designs anybody's ever come up with, and when it's done, it's gonna blow people's minds. They're gonna be like, oh, just like, it is funny. It's just fun. You know, it's a good time. And it reminds me of my other Bronco and how I made that Bronco driver's seat a toilet. You guys, that toilet was, it's more of a joke than anything, but it was fun. And people ended up writing articles about that toilet, and it put me on the map when I first started out on the road. I'm telling you, that's why my channel grew. Like, a lot of it, people were like Ford Bronco enthusiasts. They were writing articles about this girl that lives in a Bronco and turned her driver's seat into a shitta. I'm looking at this design, I'm like, but Morgan, you're so innovative. Like, some of these things you're coming up with for this Bronco, it's incredible. Like, just go for it. Let it be a hack job. This is the prototype, Morgan. Ding! Prototype. You make prototypes, Morgan. That's what you're good at. no, I don't have a shear, and no, I'm not really good at measuring things. And I'm pretty sure that like even this square is not, don't pay attention over there, but this square right here is not a perfect square, nor is the square that's gonna be my pop top. It's all pretty janky. However, it's going to work. You know, it might just leak on some rainy days. You might have to caulk the shit out of this thing every 6 months. This is the test bunny. Like, let's see, like, is this thing gonna bottom out? Is my shower gonna like, I mean, my tires, can we even do this? You know, can I lift this high enough to not have the tire bust through the bottom of the floor and just completely annihilate my suspension? I don't know, we're gonna find out. What I've had so much fun with in this Bronco is just being able to get away with parking anywhere. Like sleeping at the beach, you know, parking at Niagara Falls for a week in the state park parking lot. I have these memories that I'll never forget. I've had the time of my life, and it would have been so much better for me mentally and physically had I had those amenities, right? And so my heart is in this, and I can't wait to just really like blow it out of the, like, what do you say? Knock it out of the park. Blow it out of the water? I don't know. You don't need I didn't even need this Miller welder, you know? I could have got a Harbor Freight. However, I don't regret this purchase. I need to talk about it. You can't not weld good with this welder, and so worth every penny. And I'm using the house power. I don't even have 3-phase power. So you can only like tack with that thing. Otherwise it will go and turn off. You just need to like go in and do it. You don't need to be perfect in your craft to just try whatever it is that you want to try, okay? Go out there and do it and see what the heck happens after you're done. Most likely you're gonna have some badass story, okay? So if I ever wanted to build another, right? If like to put into production, to actually sell and make a profit off of, then that's when I would bring in somebody to work like with me hourly, bring in the professional and go down and bring the metal to a person that has a shear. Because I was thinking yesterday, like you need to buy a bandsaw. I was thinking of all these tools that I need to buy to be able to cut metal like nicer, you know, even a plasma cutter. But recently I've really felt the burden of how much I've purchased since renting this house, and it really has tied me down here, and it feels uncomfortable. You know, having 3 trucks, it's like I'm only one person, one body. What do you do, girl? A lot of this stuff I can't even lift on my own. And so I don't want more tools in order to get the job done, because I don't need that to get my job done. My job is to make prototypes. Well, I can tell them the dimensions and how deep and where to go and all this stuff. Or not blow yourself up because there's a gas tank behind there. You know, I have the blueprint. All of a sudden, like, it's like I broke free of these chains that I was standing in my own way, you know? We don't have to be good at everything to be really good at some stuff. Outsource. And I don't want to be wasting my time in school. If I was in school learning how to weld right now, I wouldn't be here coming up with crazy designs. I remember when I went to jail. I love starting a story with that one. I read Steve Jobs 3 times over, because if you find something good in jail, you're like, okay, let me keep it. And so I read that thing 3 times over. And what I really took from that story, because at that point in time when I was in jail, I had crashed my previous really great business, a lucrative business, and it always haunted me. Steve had mentioned that he learned he needed to let the professionals do what they're good at and let himself do what he was good at. And I remember that sticking with me, because he was like, if you need to have a graphic designed, get a professional graphic design artist, you know? Don't try to do everything yourself. And it really resonated with me, because that's how I crashed my other company. I was doing everything on my own. I thought that I was. I'm not an accountant, you know? I'm not a bookkeeper. And I screwed myself. I don't know how to do taxes. So I screwed myself. And that always stuck with me, but now it has a whole new meaning even. Like, it's let the professionals do what they're good at, and also do what you're good at. And the moment I just was like, I could be the best prototyper. Was that even a word? I could be one of the best person that makes prototypes. I'm gonna come up with some of the best fucking prototypes you've ever seen, mother effer. And watch me roar, you know? Watch me shine doing what I'm good at. And the moment that I had that mindset last night, it was like, it was over. You could not get me out of this shop. I just kept going. I just kept hacking away. I turned the roof rack of the old Bronco that wasn't long enough for this Bronco into a full roof rack for this Bronco. It's not completely done. We still have the back to go. It was all custom, you guys, using the parts of another rack. And that is now, obviously, you can see, will disguise my pop top. Anyways, oh, Morgan, careful. I'm all excited. I definitely need to not work tonight and do some stretches because I can feel it in my neck and probably go get a massage and some acupuncture. Acupuncture is where it's at. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Lit me on fire. That just lit me on fire. I broke free from standing in my own way and just being like tied down by like, you know,